Yo, welcome to Fast Forward Mindset Motivational Podcast. I'm your host, Coach James. This is where we rewire your thoughts, reset your mindset, and fast forward your life. No more rewinding, just discipline, motivation, and the truth you need to become unstoppable. If you're ready to elevate your mindset and take control of your future, you're in the right place. Let's go.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope all is well. So, y'all, the NBA playoffs have definitely kicked off, and my Phoenix Suns has not looked good so far against OKC. And let me say this, it's not like I expected any different. OKC is the defending champions from last year. So they're going to come with that same caliber and that same drive that they did last year. Now, a lot of teams usually fall off that next year just because of the fact that they won the championship, they kind of go in with neutral and they kind of just let things be as they are. But OKC does not have that type of heart. Those dudes are going to go all out. But I hope my Suns win one game at least. Anyways, so y'all, red flags. When you hear red flags, what does that mean to you? There's a red flag, there's a red flag, and there's a red flag. What does that mean to you? Take a moment to marinate on that. But while you marinate on that, y'all, don't forget to hit that follow button. When you hit that follow button, you'll never miss a moment to rewire the way you think. And when I say hit the follow button, that's on this podcast. You know what I love about single people? Single people love to find red flags. I got a friend, and she's been in the dating world for a little bit now. And I listen to her stories that she shares when she's goes on a date. And what I appreciate about single people is that they know how to find red flags real quick. And so what I shared with her, because she was sharing an experience of a date she went on, what I shared with her is that one thing about being single, every single year, that block, that wall grows higher and higher and higher. And at a point, you be single so long, no one is ever going to get over that wall because of the fact that you see so many red flags and you identify them so quick. Every time there's a red flag, you build up your building block, like your gate. You build it up higher, right? Like a brick fence is what I'm referring to. First, you start off with layer number 1. You saw one red flag. Then you saw another red flag, layer number 2. And then you see another red flag, layer number 3. And then you just start laying layers and layers and layers of bricks. And after a while, your fence is so tall, no one can even look over it. Well, that's how single people are when it comes to identifying red flags. And single people, I'm not picking on y'all. Believe me, I'm not being critical of y'all. My point I'm making for y'all is that y'all really good at identifying red flags when you've been single so long. This is a little bit different when you have been on a dating scene and you've been dating here and there. Sometimes you hear people say like, man, I got with this person. I didn't know it was going to be that way. I didn't know it was going to end like this. I didn't know this person was doing this, doing that. And everyone else is looking at them like, you didn't see the red flags? Well, I saw them. And then they say they were so blind, they didn't see the red flags. But single people that have been single for years and years and years, they based who are they going to date off of red flags. If they see a red flag, there goes that building block, layer number 1, right? And so I want to talk about red flags today because we need to do a better job of identifying them, and we need to do a better job of understanding red flags. And let me say this about red flags. Everybody has red flags, no matter what. Don't try to go and hide and say you perfect. Don't try to say you're the person perfect person that somebody would want to be with. You might very well be. I'm not going to knock you. But what I am going to say is that everybody has red flags, including myself, right? But red flags. It don't take long or all day to identify red flags, right? And that's what really makes me question people when they say, I didn't see the red flags, because everyone else seen them except for you. And I think when it comes to that, what I really think happens is that you seen the red flags, you just ignored them because you didn't want to confront that person. I had a buddy who had got in a relationship with this girl, and she was a cool girl. I'm not going to say that she wasn't, and I wasn't dating her. He knew more than I did, but based on what he said, she was a cool person in the beginning. He just never seen the red flags, right? And after some time went by, he started questioning things that he saw, but he never actually brought them to her attention because he was worried that if he addressed those red flags with her, she was going to say, you know what, forget it. I don't want to be with you. I'm out of here. And because he didn't address those red flags in the beginning, he waited until he had strong feelings for this girl. And then he realized he had to break it off because her red flags are too much to deal with. Y'all want to know what a red flag look like? It's a red flag. That's what it looked like. It's a red flag. That's what a red flag looked like. But, you know, like I said, everyone has red flags, no matter what. How I really feel about red flags is that, are your red flags enough? Or let me put it this way. Is your red flag, do you have too many red flags to where they're not tolerable? There you go. That's the word to use, is tolerable. Because like I said, everyone has red flags, right? It's like me and my relationship with my wife. She can say that my red flags are too much and they're not tolerable, and she can choose to be with someone else. But she hasn't done that, right? She says, you know what? I know you got red flags. I see your red flags, but they're tolerable, right? So I'm going to stay with you for now. For now, James. But same for me, I reciprocate that from her and say the same thing. She's like, hey, I see your red flags. I would deal with your red flags before I deal with someone else's red flags, because I don't know what their red flags are going to be like. But I know for you, what I see with your red flags, they're tolerable enough for me to be with, right? So that's kind of how you have to look at red flags. And don't judge people because of red flags, y'all, because people can always change. And sometimes people don't change. And that's what I feel like we need to get smarter when it comes to red flags. No, we shouldn't judge people, but we should be a little bit smarter about all those red flags tolerable. And when I say tolerable, y'all, it's what you can tolerate. It's not what your girlfriend say you should or should not tolerate. It's not what your family say you should and should not tolerate. It's what you can tolerate, right? I got a saying that I always say: if somebody not cheating on you or beating on you, anything else should be tolerable. Now that's for me. I don't know what your tolerable level is, right? But I always say for myself, if somebody's not cheating on me and beating on me, I can deal with their red flags, right? And so that's just my thing. But I don't know what yours is like. I don't know what your tolerable level is when it comes to red flags. However, I just said a minute ago, don't judge people. Red flags are not good or they're not bad. People just have red flags, right? But let me share with y'all of what you should do when you identify someone's red flags, and they're tolerable or not tolerable. Okay. Let's just say that some of the red flags are tolerable, some are not tolerable. But number one, set boundaries. When you see somebody, they got red flags, be like, okay, I see your red flags, but I'm going to set a boundary. I'm not going to allow you to do this to me. And I'm not going to do that for you. Right. Doesn't mean you're telling that person I'm judging you. Doesn't mean you're telling that person, hey, I hate your red flags. All you saying is that, hey, I see your red flags, but I'm going to set boundaries. And you know what boundaries setting really means, y'all? It means that you don't let your guard down. Now, I'm not saying you got to be a chihuahua barking in somebody's face all day, every day. Some of y'all are good at that. barking like a chihuahua all day long, and it's not needed. However, what I'm saying, y'all, is you set your boundaries and you don't let your guard down. Don't let them slide by no matter what, because those are your boundaries. If you set boundaries and you let people slide in and slide by the boundaries, you no longer have boundaries. Let me say that. So number one, if you see red flags, they're tolerable or not tolerable, set boundaries and stick to them. Number two, speak up. Share your thoughts. Share your thoughts. Do you accept those red flags or you don't accept those red flags? Like I said a minute ago, y'all, my buddy was in a relationship with the person who he identified red flags earlier on, but he never went to this person and said, hey, I don't like your red flags. Hey, your red flags are spooking me. Hey, your red flags are intolerable. He just tolerated whatever the red flags was, never spoke up on it. Next thing you know, he said, I got to call it quits after he was in love with this person, and it broke him down pretty bad. So if you with somebody and there's red flags, I would encourage you to speak up now and say what you like and what you don't like. And either they change or they don't change. A minute ago, I said set boundaries. And if they don't change and they try to go over your boundaries and outside of your boundaries, then it's probably time for you to make some different decisions. So number two, speak up, share your thoughts, share your feelings, how they make you feel because they're red flags, right? Number three, be patient though, y'all. Be patient. Like I said a minute ago, some of y'all chihuahuas, y'all just all the time, you're just barking. People need to have time to change. Now, am I saying give them a century? No. Am I saying give them a decade? No. However, I'm saying be patient with people. Some people, red flags was not given to them by choice. It's things that they had to deal with in their childhood that they still carry around their stripes with them. And sometimes, y'all, childhood traumas is just not the easiest thing to get over and get by. It's just not. Some people need special help for it. Some people need medicine because it causes them to be chemically imbalanced, right? What I would say, encourage that person to do better, be better, and support them when they do want to make a change, right? Don't just bark at them all the time because you see one little small thing, right? So be patient with people, be understanding, be loving, and be kind, and be positive. I said the last one, be positive. And y'all, you know why positivity is so big? And I'm gonna tell y'all why, because I'm a very positive person. I'm gonna tell you now, people tell me all the time I'm a positive person. And by all means, I'm not bragging, y'all. God has been good to me and for me. Okay. But let me tell you what being positive means. It means that you eliminate the bitterness in your heart. That's what it means. Being positive means you eliminate being bitter. It means you eliminate trying to have a vendetta. It means you eliminate trying to keep score. That's what that means. And if you're a person who don't know how to be positive, you should definitely get a double dose of Fast Forward Mindset Motivational Podcast. You should probably play the episode one time and turn around and play it back again. Because that's what this podcast is all about. Teaching you how to rewire the way you think for success. Teaching you to rewire the way you think by way of positivity to overcome your fear, your worry, and your doubts in this world to become unstoppable. Right? But we have to be positive. I was sharing with someone today about the podcast because they were asking me how was it going, how many followers I got, and different things of that nature. And I was saying, hey man, I got guests reaching out. I've had some very cool people on the podcast, and I was sharing that I wear this bracelet, and it's a blue bracelet. And y'all probably see me with it while I'm having on, but I pulled it off for some strange reason and then put it back on a minute ago. So anyways, the bracelet says positive thoughts produce positive results. And it also says rewire the way you think, right? Which is the mantra for the podcast, rewire the way you think. But anyways, though, it says positive thoughts produce positive results. What that means, y'all, that if you think positive, you live positive, and you be positive, then you'll see the positive results and you won't be bitter. You won't keep score. You won't try to get even with somebody just because. You'll be patient. You'll be kind, you'll be loving, you'll know how to speak up in a positive way, and also you know how to set boundaries in a positive way and not let people undercut your boundaries. That's what being positive is all about, y'all. It's simple. It is what it is, right? That's being positive, y'all. So those are red flags. Red flags are red flags. Don't judge people based on them. Take my suggestions and live your life based on trying to identify red flags, but being patient, loving, and kind with people. Hey, y'all, thank y'all for listening to today's episode. I really appreciate it. And thank you all for the cool comments on the last episode. I really appreciate it. Y'all, I'm not hard to find. I'm on IG all day, every day. It's James Watkins at 40 and Fit Life Coach. Go check out my website. I forgot I was going to say, y'all. Go check out my website. It's www.rewirethewayyoutthink.com. If you're struggling today with thoughts of suicide, thoughts of hurting yourself or someone else, please don't hesitate to call the Suicide Prevention Hotline at 988. Hey, y'all, I'm Coach James. Let me help rewire the way you think. And as I always say, practice daily mindset rehabilitation. And that's my 2 cents in it, y'all. Peace.
Thank y'all for listening to today's episode. And remember, don't rewind your life, fast forward it. Until next time, keep moving forward. Hey, y'all, I'm Coach James. Let me help rewire the way you think. All right, y'all. Peace.